have you ever noticed how one single sentence from a difficult person can hijack your entire nervous system in a matter of seconds? Your heart pounds. Your mind floods with perfect comebacks that arrive too late. And hours later, you're still replaying the scene, haunted by what you should have said. That reaction isn't a character flaw. It's your brain's ancient survival mechanism, incapable of distinguishing between a physical threat and a verbal attack. But here's what most people miss. The moment you engage, defend, or explain yourself, you have already accepted the other person's battlefield, and on their battlefield, by their rules, victory is impossible. There is only exhaustion. Picture this. You're at a family dinner. A relative makes a sharp, sarcastic comment about a life choice you made. Your old self would have snapped back, defended, tried to prove them wrong. But pause. There is a psychological shift that changes everything. Instead of reacting, you become what psychologists call a gray rock. You respond with calm, unreactive neutrality. Interesting that you see it that way. No edge, no apology, just a quiet, impenetrable boundary. What happens next is revealing. Without your emotional energy to feed on, their provocation simply hangs in the air, unanswered. You haven't lost. You've simply declined to play. This is where many adults get stuck. We were raised to believe that strength means having the last word, that silence is submission. But true strength, the kind that comes with life experience, looks different. It looks like refusing to let someone else's chaos become your chaos. It looks like knowing that your peace is more valuable than being right. Consider a different scenario. A colleague makes a dismissive remark about your work in a meeting. The old instinct says, fight back or fume in silence. There is a third path, one that is more sophisticated and far more effective. You name the dynamic without attacking. I notice this conversation is starting to shift in tone. Let's focus on the task at hand. You are not avoiding conflict. You are refusing to be pulled into a pointless one. You are setting a standard for how you allow yourself to be treated, not through argument, but through consistent, calm action. The difficult people in our lives, whether they are controlling relatives, manipulative friends, or arrogant colleagues, share one common trait. They draw their power from your reaction, your anger, your defensiveness, your desperate need to explain yourself. That is their fuel. When you withdraw that fuel, you don't defeat them. You render their tactics irrelevant. And that is a far more complete victory than any argument could ever provide. Of course, this is easier said than done. Our egos are wired to resist perceived injustice. But ask yourself, honestly, in all the arguments you have had with difficult people, how many actually changed anything? How many left you feeling lighter rather than more drained? The truth is that most conflicts we engage in are not about solving problems. They are about proving something. And that need to prove, to justify, to be understood by someone who is committed to misunderstanding you, that is the trap. The next time you feel that familiar grip of tension, that signal that you are about to be pulled into a battle you did not choose, stop, breathe, and ask yourself a question that holds more wisdom than any comeback ever could. Do I want to be right or do I want to be free? I am curious about you. In your life, which person or situation consistently pulls you off balance? and what might shift if, next time, you simply chose not to engage. If something comes to mind, share it in the comments. Sometimes naming the pattern is the first step toward breaking it.